The application should have proper model controlling, and the outline of this project will be will try to understand first one Spring Boot framework and how they do the controlling of will, and the next one will try to understand request mapping today. After understanding of full control of this application, next session that will be designed for handling complete backend. सर मेरे पास एक मिनट रुकना सर एक मिनट रुको I'm just going to share my Eclipse screen right now. Like whatever the things will do with all the things practically, so that we'll have a proper understanding of all the things. And very important to understand this, I think all have understanding of Java right now and Spring Boot. This is the framework that is right now a totally demanding framework in IT industry. And if you have understanding of this framework, which means that you can easily build your career in the field of enterprise applications. Okay. I will show you the complete way what, from scratch, so that everyone student will be able to create an application. The first of all, we need IDE. Eclipse is an IDE that is provide you a facility, and here we have Eclipse Marketplace. Make sure I already have shared requirement instruction to you. All you have to install this Spring Boot application. After installing, I'm just going to take a new project so that everyone will be able to understand all the things. First of all, we have to click it on Spring Starter project option. See, when we just click it on this, we'll have to input project name. Take an example, I am saying my workshop. In XRD analysis, also same cases were found as we have seen in the workshop one. And thereafter, we'll have to actually we have a two main. One is Gradle and second one is Maven. We have to select Maven dependency. Maven dependencies are nothing, these are kind of a plug and play, which mean that, take an example, if I want to connect this Java application with database, we do not need to write a code. With the help of this dependency, we can easily connect it by just clicking just two or three clicks. And thereafter we have to write a group. This is just for our understanding. Take an example, I'm saying Chimkara. Take an example, my dot students. And thereafter you have to write the package name as well, which means very important to understand when we are going to create a new Spring Boot project. First of all, we should have to write a name. After writing a name, the type. By default, the type will be Gradle. You just need to change to Maven. And thereafter Java version. That is dependent on you. When you have installed Java, will have a multiple option like JDK1, JDK 15, 16, 20. Right now, I already have installed 17. That's why I will take 17 right now. After inputting all the detail, the package is nothing, it is just a kind of folder. Because just remember one thing, take an example, if you have a file, if you have classes, when you are going to store in Java, we can store it in a package. Similar way, when we will create a new project, what exactly it means that we have to save model in one package, view in one package, controller in one package. And with this, we can easily handle the flow of our enterprise application. Because in any of enterprise application, no, that is not, you can say, project. This is also consider it as a product. It means different complete team, 5 member or a 7 members, those will work it on developing a single application. And that's why separatization and understanding of flow is very important. After inputting the whole detail, just click it on next. This is the Maven dependency. Here, this is very important to understand. Like, Maven is nothing, just think like that. Take an example. If you want to play a game, what exactly you will do? You will just buy this that product from the market and just buy plug and play. That product is available for you. That facility is available for you. In this, we need dependency spring web, which means this is for the support of front end application. This will be the support of, because we are saying we will create HTML CSS, which is a static content. For converting into static to dynamic, we have timely, which means HTML can handle only static. Take an example, if you want to add your request with the dynamic content, what will be the resource? Thymeleaf. Thymeleaf is a Spring Boot, you can say, template engine. This is a template engine which will convert your HTML code to a dynamic code. And second important, we need these three Maven dependency. Actually, we have n number of dependency. This is in this EDS map. This is overall EDS map. So we can see the terms of alumina, radium, oxygen, silicon, and sodium. Yes, right now my sound is properly audible. You can see these faces. Hello, kindly confirm my sound is audible. Am I audible properly? This is for me quoting to this one was
एक्चुअली सर साथ में दूसरा स्पीकर भी है ना अमन सर
Yes, sir.
साथ में आपके दूसरा लेक्चर दे रहा है ना तो उसकी वजह से डबल साउंड आ रही है उनकी साउंड ज्यादा आ रही है आपकी कम आ रही है
Just a second, sir. I'm just going to
अभी
manage
शिफ्ट
this.
हो सकते हो कहीं पे
Just give me a second. हाँ जी, आज मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ सर. Just a second.
अभी शिफ्ट हो सकते हो दूसरी जगह 5 मिनट हम ब्रेक कर लेते हैं
हाँ जी, आज मैं वही कर रहा हूँ सर. Just a second. I'm just going to shift it. Hello. Sorry for the interruption. Right now my screen is visible. Hello. Kindly confirm my screen is visible right now.
Screen is visible, sir.
Okay, sir.
Uh, Font size is small, sir. Can you increase the font size, sir?
Sure, sure, sir. See, this is the Maven dependency. That means what exactly the Maven dependency means. These are just a plug and play for creation of any of Spring Boot project. Very important is Spring Web. Spring Web mean we are going to create a one web application right now, and thereafter we have to take two more dependency. One will be long. I think you have heard a word Java beans, getter and setter in Java. For handling of getter and setter, we have to add one dependency. The name of the dependency is lom, and thereafter thymeleaf. Thymeleaf, this is thymeleaf templating. What exactly the mean of this templating? Let us suppose take an example. We already understand this thing, which mean whenever we are going to create any of HTML or CSS, CSS is just used for make web page more impressive. HTML is used for just for representing our web page, and the use of the thymeleaf will be to convert your static web page to dynamic. After selecting dependency, what is more important, we just need to click it on finish. This will take 2 to 3 minutes. That depends on the internet speed, because it will download all the necessary packages from the Spring Tool web application, and thereafter will create a complete, see, as you can see right now just 26% has been downloaded right now. This will just take 2 to 3 minutes for downloading all necessary packages. Till then, let me try to understand what exact the mean of Spring and why they have changed their Spring framework to Spring Boot. Again, just welcoming you all. What to, or what will be the aim of our project? What will be the aim of our this 1 hour session? The aim will be to understand Spring Boot framework, because in 2013, the 2014 up to 2017 we have Spring framework, but right now we have switched to Spring Boot. Spring Boot is, I think you have studied a word REST controller, RESTful API. What will be the resource for creation of this RESTful API? Spring Boot will be the framework that provide you a facility to create RESTful API. And similar way, we do have different folder understanding. That means the complete structure. When we what will be the first option? First option will be Spring Starter project. After clicking on Spring Starter project, the second option will be we just have to select dependency. That will be Maven. After selecting dependency, we just need to decide, okay, we need time leaf, we need java jdbc. Take an example, if I want to connect this with any, want to deploy it on aws server, I just need to add a dependency. This is the beauty of spring boot, this is the benefit of spring boot. Let us go back to our screen. Right now we can see this, my project has been completely, that means the accessory package already has been completely gone. Now see, let me try to understand the structure of this. We just, what was the name given by me, Chitkara Workshop 1, and thereafter it will first create a first package java. In this, it has created sub packages my dot student. In this, by default, this will create you a one java code as well. This source code, which means whatever the java application code we will write, we will code write it in this. Resources are actually divided into two categories. I hope you all have understanding of HTML. Take an example. The extension will be .html. I will store it in this templates folder. Remember one thing, structure is very important to understand in Spring Boot. Java folder, this folder they have designed it for storing, controlling, and services. Will show you what is the mean of controlling, what is the mean of services, what exact the mean of mappings as well. That means mapping, controlling, services, and bean all will be a part of this folder. We will store it in this folder. Resources mean my view is what exactly we will see it on a web page, what exactly we see it on a browser, and this will further divide it into different formation. Template mean your html code, static mean your css and javascript code, which means that if you are going to create any of css, we have a two option, internal and external css. Internal mean on html web page, external mean we will create separate css, and with the help of link href equal to the path, and with this we will connect it with the index.html that should be in static. And gs javascript is used for validation, which means that will we will store it in the static folder. And thereafter we have application dot properties. Many of the students found this difficult. If you want to connect any of application, take an example. I have created a one application. I want to store the data from this application to my database. It is very difficult to connect it. Okay, we just need to write a lot of code for connecting. Here they have provided us a facility. See, this is the application.properties file. We just need to write name, localhost. That take, we just need to provide the three things: host name, username, and password for database connectivity. Let me take an example. I want to create this application and want to connect with MySQL. What is the host name? Localhost. What will be the port number? 3306. Username, by default it will be root, and the password will be user defined or empty. That means for connecting any of application code, we will write it in this application dot properties. After this, we just need to understand in this structure pom.xml file. This is very important file. See, I have selected three dependency when I just taken a project. What was that dependency? See, here we can see this. What was the dependency? I just have selected TimeLive, Spring Boot Starter, and Lombok. That means one, two, and three dependency I have selected. That means this will provide me the list of dependency that I have selected right now when I have selected a created a project. Take an example. Let me take an example for better understanding. Take an example. Let us suppose. Okay, sir, I mentioned it. Okay, sir, done. See in this, take an example. In this we have which framework we have installed. We have installed Spring 3.24. Take an example. I want to change it to 2.26 release. That was the previous release. And and take an example. I want to change this version as well. What was the actual version? Actual version was 17. I just want to change it to 14. What exactly mean is just need to change it to this version. Okay, sir. And when we just control plus S, this will by default validate our package, and whatever the required component, this will by default build it for us, and this will by default build it as for us to 2.2.6 release right now. I'm discussing again. Okay, sir, I'm discussing again. See, right now you are able to see, huh? Take an example. If someone is saying this thing, okay, change. Take an example, maven dependency. That will not be same to same all the different time. Take an example, if someone is saying this thing connected with database, what will be the way to update dependency? pom.xml file. This file will provide you a facility to change your dependency. That means you can easily change any of the dependency just by updating this file. After see, right now I just have changed a version 17 to 14. If you are going to install all these things, take an example Java version 17 to 14, this will take a lot of time. Changing a Spring Boot version from 3.26 to 2.26 release will take a lot of time. What these things can be done in a quick manner with the help of these Maven dependency. After this, sir, I'll surely discuss it with my supervisor. After this, let us try to understand what exact the way of creating a template. Take an example. Let me take a one example for creation of this web application. First, we will create this normal web page, and thereafter we'll try to understand. Take an example, rectangular cube volume calculator, and with this we have formula is very clear for us. Volume equal to width multiplied by height multiplied by formula is very clear for us. Volume equal to width multiplied by height. Let me try to understand the requirement first, and thereafter we'll create this application with the help of Spring Boot framework, proper model, proper view, and complete controlling of this. First of all, we just need to decide what are the input of this: length, width, and height. These are the input for us. For this we have to create different packages for this, not actually package, the folder. What exactly we will do in here? See, here we have my student. First of all, everything should be properly organized. This is the beauty of, you can say, Spring. First, we will create a one package, and the package name my student dot beans, which means that whatever input variable there accordingly we will create a beans, and we'll click it on finish. Similar way we will create another packages as well. Next package we will create it package for controlling, that will be controller. And thereafter take an example, if we want to create any of service, we have to create service. See, just making it more interesting, just keep this thing in mind: HTML extension, template folder. It should be in templates folder. CSS and JavaScript should be in static folder. Database connectivity, we just need to keep this thing in mind whenever we are going to create any of application. What exactly the meaning of this is? What exactly the meaning of this is? Which means first one is front end technology, second one is back end, and the third one is storage. Front end mean we have HTML. Nowadays we have HTML5, which means this should be, we will store it in a templates folder. Second one is CSS, for making it impressive, or JavaScript, we will store this in static folder. And this all comes under resources in Spring Boot. And backend technology. Backend technology mean we have Java. Java mean, take an example, the tool. Java mean, take an example, beans. Beans are nothing. These are getter and setter. These are used for security purpose. And we have to create different services. All will be comes under this backend technology. We will store all the things in this SRC folder. Very simple to understand. You don't, because why the frameworks we need to, you can say, follow. These frameworks provide us a facility to manage it. This framework itself
डन सर। ठीक है सर, प्रॉपर फील्ड मैं समझ गया सर कि मैं प्रॉपर फील्ड जैसे मैं अगर ऊपर का
And similar way, storage mean we have a number of options for database storage and all. Database storage, we have MySQL, we have H2 database, which is pre-installed database in Spring. We have a number of options like MongoDB that is used for storing NoSQL database. And see, these things we have to install it. We things we need to write in application dot properties. I hope right now this is completely clear to you. The structure is completely clear to you. If you are having a proper understanding of this structure, thereafter you can good to go to create an application, because I think we are right now able to understand what HTML5 is. Having an understanding, we have to store it in status. Very important need to understand this templating. This is the template engine. Why we will use this? For converting into dynamic content. Now let's back to the screen of this. Now see, this is the bean we have just have created. We just need to click it on right click,
डन सर डन।
and thereafter we have an option class.
रीजनिंग वाला कुछ आपने बोला वो मैं डीपी एक बार जाऊंगा सर, जैसे टाइटेनियम के एडिशन से ना
When you just click it on this class,
वो मैं डीपी एक बार
simple way, normal, we just need to create a class volume. After selecting this, we have an option to click it finish. This will take just a minute or a two. Here we have this volume class has been created right now. After this, it is up to us.
सर शेयर करो।
See, we have three inputs. What was the input of that input was? Three input was these one. One was for width, height, and second was for depth. Thereafter, Java Bean will be created only for inputs, which means what exact the input we are going to add on in this. After this, we have actually we have a three way to create a bean in Java. One way is the manual way. What exactly we are following? First one, creating a normal default constructor, parameterized constructor, and thereafter we'll create a getter and setter. For this, they have given us an option, which means we just need to. They just given us an option. We just need to click it on this. And here we have an option of see. Here we have an option of constructor as well. Take an example. When we just click it on this constructor, we just need to select all. After selecting all, click it on generate. See, the constructor has been created. We do not need to write a lot of code. With the help of simple two clicks, we can generate a constructor. Take an example. I want to generate a getter and setter. What we need to do is quick fix. Here we have an option of generate getter and setter. We just need to click on select all. After selecting all, just click it on generate. See, get and setter class has been created, which means without writing a code, I am not writing any single code. We just have an understanding of code, which means this is the lengthy process. exactly mean of this is a lengthy process, but very interesting and very easy to understand. What what exactly my Lombok is saying? I think all are able to understand this Java bean getter and setter class, but my Java Lombok is saying we, I think you all are able to understand default constructor, parameterize constructor, and width and height. This will be an input, and thereafter volume will be my last result. See, take an example. We have used one dependency Lombok. Let me, I'm just going to show you what exactly the use of Lombok. See in this, take an example. What my Lombok say, you do not need to create a getter setter. We have annotation at the rate data annotation. With this annotation, see, as you can see, import data. That is a part of Lombok. Just remember one thing, when I just have taken a new project, at that time, I have selected Lombok dependency. What is the use of this Lombok dependency? This will facilitate me to create getter, setter, default constructor, and parameterize constructor. When I just click it on this, which mean my getter and setter, that was just get set, which mean organization are not saying this thing to create that kind of, to worried about that kind of content that can be generated. We have to more focus it on algorithms. We just need to focus it on how, not concentrate on what. That means Java bean. These are, you can say, for our understanding. Everyone have, we why do have learned all the basics of Java? For implementing it, for creating application. This is the actual rule of learning of Java bean, which means do it in organization. You do not need to, organization will not bound you, that it depends on you. Either you can write a code or just call a one dependency. That dependency will generate a code for you. And take an example, if I want to create default constructor, then we have, see, we have no argument constructor. If we want to create a parameterized constructor, then we have all argument constructor. See, part of Lombok. This is the beauty of Lombok. This is the beauty of Maven dependency. See, as you can see, just a 3 or 5 line of code, that code is equal to Java bean. I hope you all are able to understand right now why dependencies are needed in Spring Boot. Which means if you want to create default constructor, you have a two option: either create it manually or just click it on LOM dependency, no argument constructor dependency. And by default, this annotation, let I'm just going to explain you what exact the mean of annotation. Annotation, we have two type of annotation. One is user defined, second one is, you can say, predefined. That means some, when we are just going to use this IDE, some of the annotation my IDE actually using, but few of annotation we can create it manually as well. See, if you have a better understanding of annotation, Spring Boot is completely, you do not need to write too much of code in this. What exactly you will follow? You will follow very simplicity. That means, take an example, if you want to create default constructor, do not create it, just write at the rate no argument constructor. The use of this default constructor, at the rate all argument constructor, parameterize constructor. @ data annotation. Use of this annotation will be, it will by default create getter and setter for you. You do not need to write that kind of a code. That kind of a code can easily be generated using this. Now, let me try to understand the another thing. I hope you all are clear with this, which mean whenever any application is given to you, just try to understand what type of inputs are needed there, accordingly create a bean. And whenever you are going to create any of the bean, should have to store in specific folder. What was the folder name? Beans will be my folder name. And let us take a one web page. Take an example of this web page. Let us take us, see, when we are going to create any of web page, we just need to click it on template and thereafter new. Here we have to go to other. Here we have an option other. Here we need to write HTML. What we will be my first page name? It should be index page. Just clicking on this, I'm just going to show you so that will be able to will be more visible to you. See, HTML page should be in this template folder. I just have created a one normal HTML page, as you can see it right now. Doc type HTML head, whatever I will write in this body tag should be visible to you on a screen. I see in this, you can say this word file. As we can see, this is length, width and height, which means this will be an input. We just need to create a one form. That form should have three field. Input type equal to number for first, second for third. We don't have too much worried about what exactly will be the action after this input. We just need to create a view right now. For the creation of view, I am just going to select this, just paste it. See, right now I just have my screen is visible to you. Form method equal to post, and thereafter the action will be, that means my control will redirect to which page, what action will be performed in this. What will be the action? The action will be volume equal to width, height and depth. We just not to be much worried about what exactly the action will be. Let me try to understand. Very, take an example. I'm just giving it my rectangular, it can be any title, my rectangular web application. My rectangular web application. And here we have, this is internal CSS. Internal CSS, as we already know, we have a two-way. Either one we can use it. I will convert this to external CSS and thereafter will store it in static folder. Let me try to first understand the simplicity. See, I think all are familiar with the HTML. See, but the structure is very important. Structure mean handling and where we are going to store. This is the HTML page. I think all can create this kind of HTML page. All can create this kind of HTML page, like simple height, width and all. After this creation of this HTML page, we have, actually we need to understand this option. This option will provide you method. We have two, get and post. Action mean This is for inter web page communication, IWC. Whatever the input we are giving right now on this page, this will be handled by controller. That means action will be performed by controller. For the support of this, we have created one package, that is controller. We have not written any of the single code till now, but let us first understand in very simplicity. If you have anyone still having any doubt in this structure, just let me know. We'll explain you. I'm just waiting it in your, you can say, on a Google Meet chat box. Anyone, any doubt in not, and take an example. If you are better to understand this structure, thereafter will pursue to create the complete this application. I'm just waiting in chat box if anyone still having any query. If any student who is still not able to understand the structure, just let me know. We'll explain you again, because structure is very important to understand. I'm waiting your, if it is completely clear to you, just write down it is clear to you, so that I can see your message and will continue this. I hope you all have understanding of this CSS. I think you all have created front end design. Front end design mean HTML and CSS. Hope you can see my screen right now. See, I think all are able to understand this doc type HTML head title. That means this will be my title page that will be shown it on a tab. Style, that means different type of styling, but it means body. Style is just nothing. This is just for making your web page more impressive. And after this styling, this is internal CSS. I hope you all have created this kind of web pages, which mean the normal HTML web pages. Pages. I hope all have created all kind of these web pages. We will continue this in next session so that you have an understanding. I what exactly we will do it in next session. Will do will connect this front end. This is the front end that I just have created right now. Will connect this front end with the backend technology. And after connecting this with backend technology, the next session that will be organized for converting this development to deployment. Deployment mean whatever the pages that we have created. I hope you have a project already that you have created right now, which mean I will guide you what exact the way it will be for deploying, what will be the steps you need to follow for deploying your application to any of cloud server. It can be AWS, it can be Google Cloud. And that I am just going to explain you a little. So that form form is, you can say, what action need to be performed. Form, what will be the rule of this? Take an example. If you are using .php, you will have to write second page .php like this, which means this will take input and transfer your input to a next page. And similar way, if you have used any of other technology, take an example PHP, then you have to write like this, second page dot ASP, this way. And take an example of what exactly we are doing right now. I am using Java. In Java technology, we have to write slash and one key variable. Thereafter, mapping will be performed. And form, this is the normal form. Hope you all have created your HTML web page. Hope you have already have integrated your internal or external CSS. Similar way, not to be much worried about have used Spring Boot framework or that kind of a things that I have used, because these are the things according to the structure we can easily handle. But for handling of structure, we should have a proper understanding of this. Hope you have able to understand this. That means my templates, this is the front end technology. I'm not going to create, take an example, I just want to create another page. Take an example, this result.html. I will place this page as well as in this template folder. See, now index page, my web page. Index page mean my HTML normal. Result page mean volume equal to height, width and depth, the result. The volume of rectangular cube is equal to result. That will be shown it on this page. And all the things, I hope you all are having right now understanding of this, that we try to understand this resource folder only. Static mean JavaScript and CSS. Template mean normal HTML. I just have created two web page. One is index.html for accepting the input from the user. Whatever the input I will take, I will transfer this input to result.html web page, and all will be handled by my Java program, will be handled by Java means controller. And in this, see, as you can see, length, width, height, this is input, which means whenever we have an input, we just need to create a one web page using HTML and CSS. After the creation of this, whatever the result of this, volume equal to width, height, and this, for this we need to create another web page, result.html, this page. This will create a second web page. Anyone any doubt in creation of this? Which mean front end should be just save it in this two folder, in HTML and CSS. CSS mean CSS, your JavaScript should be in static. Template mean this. In our next session, what exactly we will do, I hope you all have created this HTML and CSS. I will guide you my steps how I see. I hope you all are able to understand this. Just a simple web page, and this is just an action, which mean action I will write it in Java. Result mean this result page. Result mean this show will show volume of rectangular cube is this. I'm just going to show you one of the project that already I have created, so that we'll have an understanding how what exact the view of this. For running Spring Boot app, in this local browser, what exactly we need to write localhost colon 8080. And as you can see, this is a front view. I will guide you in next session how we can see the result of this. Take an example. Width is 1, 2, height is this. When we click on go, for method equal to post. Post mean encrypted form. What exactly it will show me in next page? This will show me right now. It has not showing me on a next page. What exactly it will show me the result of this second page. Why it is not showing me? Because we have not created controller for calculating, and we just have created a simple design. And what exactly I will do, I will guide you what exact the steps it will be for connecting your front end to a backend in my next session. If you have any query, I'm just waiting your response. I'm waiting in chat box. Can ask me any query. and we'll continue this session in next, so that you will be able to connect your front end to your back end technology. Yes, all in our next session, what exactly we will do, right now we have created a normal HTML CSS page. In our next session, I will show you how we can these HTML web page very simplicity. We can integrate using a backend using PHP, because right now I think most of the students are finding it difficult to connect with Java. So in next session, the web page we will use this same, but we will integrate with PHP using exam server. Will not use Java, because the reason is you don't have much similar family, you are not much familiar with this. I hope you all are familiar with the exam. This is, you can say, the server that you can install it, this example and WAMP server we have. Kindly install exam for server for next session. We'll connect all the web pages to the backend technology using PHP. Very simplicity will do it in the next session, so that all will be able to create web pages. Okay, thank you all from this side, and we'll see you in the next session. From very simplicity to front end, for connecting front end with the backend using PHP exams.
Thank you, sir. We will meet at 2:30, sir.
Okay, so sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.